P Guru's channel. Namaskar ji, how are you?
Namaskar, sir. How are you? I'm good, all good. Here is the morning, and you might be having a evening now, afternoon or
Yes,
evening.
it's 8:30 in the evening here, and it's 10
Ji.
a.m. for you. And this is part
Yes.
one of a double header. I have one more starting at 9:30. So we're going to have two programs, guys. The second one will be Colonel Ajay Raina about Pakistan. So do come back for
Okay.
that one also. So
Sure.
Gopalji, let's get back to Godhra. Gujarat in the 90s and then in the 2000s, early part at least, was a communal cauldron. I remember, how many riots used to take place. And it was believed that I think after the 1993 riots that happened in Mumbai, that some of the underworld actually moved from Mumbai to Ahmedabad. I don't know how true this is. Again, this is firsthand. I've just read about it, and therefore the problems also came to Gujarat. Whatever used to be happening in Mumbai. So I'd like you to take us back to the 90s, early 90s, how Gujarat was, and then from there we can move forward up to Godhra, and then the lasting impact of that. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for having me here. Actually, P Guru is a quite big platform, and I'm too small to fill in the shoes of the guest. Very often, frequently visit this channel. So when we talk about Gujarat of 90s, Gujarat has been always Gujarat. When I talk Gujarat and Gujarati, that means Hindu population of Gujarat. They've been always a peaceful community since long, and they love to do business rather than quarreling for petty issues or even uh, for their belief system, faith, etc., etc. So it has been a green land all the way for the jihadis to come up with small petty things and do riots every now and then. People from Surat who traveled, who supposed to travel Ahmedabad, they were not confident that they will be able to reach the destination because Ahmedabad was known as a curfew city also because the station area of Ahmedabad, Kalupur and adjacent areas all are Muslim dominated populace. So the riots were very frequent. It can happen on a very petty issue. Just you are crossing and somebody stuck with your leg with his bike, and if you say देख के नहीं चला सकता, then you are going to be beaten by a group of people. They will gather in a number and beat you. Means that was a very frequent view across Gujarat cities, in cities, not in villages particularly. But by the time flew, the menace become in the villages starting. The Hindu people, the rich farmer of South Gujarat, where I used to go into the villages in the early 2000 or in the late 90s for my work. So I used to visit each villages of South Gujarat. So that time means if you see Gujarat's demography, every village have a Muslim populace. Almost every village. No village is left alone with Hindus. So what they do not do any work because they don't study. They become unemployed always. They will remain available for petty works in the household of Hindus. They will drive tractors. They will move your cattle to the meadows for the cattle grazing etc. But with that, they started indulging in unfair practices with Hindu females of that household where they used to be employed. They can easily get over any female on the pretext of I will kill your husband or I will kill your boy or I will do this and that. We don't afraid of anything. We used to this, we used to that. So you can relate it, Sriji, to the things that the riots, the often attack on the small petty issues was related with the image building that we are formidable. You cannot do, your entire community cannot do anything against us. If you complain in the police, nothing will happen. We know the policemen, we give them this and that, and your husband will go to die or your son will be abducted. On that pretext, they used to do unethical things with the Hindu females. So this was brewing under. The 2002 Gujarat was a repercussion of a lot of things. Just is that Godhra 2002, the train, Sabarmati train burning, become a trigger point. So all the frustration, all the anger that came out in the number, and people settled the scores, personal scores or the community scores, you can say. And what you said that underworld. So Gujarat has its own underworld. It was pampered by then politicians. In Ahmedabad, one Latif was there. On his name, one movie was there by Shahrukh Khan, I think. And in Surat also, few Asif Ahmedabadi and Dilip Maratha, they were here from the underworld and they started doing the things. But what happened that time? Chiman Patel was Chief Minister of Gujarat. So he took it as a task and he cleansed everything. So the organized crime could not flourish in Gujarat, despite that they've been displaced from Mumbai, but they could not establish themselves here. It was not really not the menace, but it was on the lines of communal clashes.
Now,
GC.
you went to Gujarat somewhere in the 90s, and you've seen the progression. When did Modi come to become the chief minister? He did succeed Chiman Bhai Patel, right?
No, he succeeded Keshubhai Patel
Okay,
after
Shubhai
Chiman
Patel.
Bhai.
Okay, okay,
Yes.
okay, 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 okay. So when did he come to become chief minister? Then how did he bring this entire thing under control? The riots happened. Then after that, at least Gujarat has seen a really reasonable amount of stability since then. How did that happen?
Actually, it was in the early 2001 after the earthquake struck the Kutch
Bhuj.
area and
Yeah.
yes, Bhuj area and the entire Gujarat. After that, Keshubhai was removed and Narendra Modi was inducted as a chief minister. And after a few months of that, this Godhra happened. So, if you can see, if you go through the layers of Gujarat, the regions of Gujarat, Kutch has seen the most disastrous situation in that time. I was there with the cleansing of debris from disaster-affected Bhuj city, which it was the most affected city of Gujarat that time. So I was interested with the work of cleaning the debris from the city. So I remained there for entire 6 months that time. So entire Kutch was ruined to the ashes and nothing was left over. I recently, in the last month, I visited Kutch again. Then I could remember those things. People they were uh, without their minds. They were hugging their houses, the ruins, and they were tearing like anything. That was a situation that we could not withstand. A person like me was very aggrieved with that thing. So what happened in earthquake was a disaster and was a misfortune for those who lost their lives. But what happened after that? I think Kutch might have not seen the kind of progress and development it has seen in 100 years of its time if that earthquake was not happened there. So it has then happened that Ranotsav, now tent city is there in Ran. Once the Karsh is now yielding in golds in Kutch. The coastline, the Mundra port is one of the largest port in the world now. The Kandla port is already the biggest in the government sector, and many more beaches, the Mandvi beach and this thing, what we call the Run, the White Run. It is a center of attraction for the world tourist now. It is on the world tourism map. So it was after the Modi came, and it's brainchild of Narendra Modi. And you can also see these remains dunes in the form of memories in the recently constructed museum, that's Smriti One. The Bhujia Dungar has been converted into a Dungar means hill. Bhujia hill is that is between means in the mid of the city has been converted into museum now. So Kutch
You
has
know,
seen unprecedented things.
hmm. So one of the things that has been, found as a refreshing approach on part of the Chief Minister, Mr. Modi, was that for rebuilding, he did not give people money. He gave people bricks, cement, steel, whatever they needed to build it. So there was a difference in approach. He said, everything is available. You just go, draw from there to do what you need to build your life back. This is something that was different about Modi. Have you had a chance to look at those things at close quarters during that period?
Sriji, actually, if you see Narendra Modi as a person, he don't do anything without purpose and without planning and preparation. His vision is always grand and looking into the future. His decisions are being made on the basis of merit for the Bharat, not for electoral purpose or winning the elections. He knows he can win the election with the other things, but he will not compromise on the lines of development of the country and civilizational development of Bharat. Uh, if you see the statue of unity, the Sardar statue, that vicinity was affected by Naxalism. With the inception of Sardar Sarovar Dam in the 60s, there has been a lot of andolans by Medha Patkar and clan, entire clan. They delayed the project for 30 years. It has multiple impacts. It has cost implications. It has rehabilitation implications. It had developmental implications. And because the intended water could not reach to the areas where it was supposed to reach for irrigation, for drinking water purpose, could not reach. Entire Kutch and Saurashtra migrated to Mumbai and Surat. Entire Saurashtra and Kutch because of drought. The area was severely affected in the late 70s, 80s, and 90s. And there was no water, so people evacuated all these places. Had the water of Narmada reached there, had the dam been constructed on time, the migration would not have had happened. So I always ask them that you could have asked for better rehabilitation rather than halting the project. You always, the activist must ask for best rehabilitation, best employment, best education, etc. But should not halt the project. Ultimately, after 30 years, Modi is able to raise the height to the required level, and today the water is going up to the Pakistan border of Nalia and Rajasthan, MP, Maharashtra, and Gujarat. So that area that time was thickly infected by this Naxalism because the proximity is Janjati area, scheduled tribe community is there, and it is bordering to see the Sardar Sarovar, the dam is situated between Maharashtra, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, and Rajasthan, and the entire area is tribal area. So infiltration of these leftist element there has done a substantial damage to the area, and it's been isolated. It was open land for them to play. So putting the Sardar statue on that vicinity was a master step. Today, lakhs of people are thronging to Statue of Unity. That area is live. more than 10,000 people are employed. The local tribal people are employed there. Now they have bread and butter. They are traveling taxis. They are owning the tea shops. They are owning hotels, small hotels. They are doing the housekeeping work, etc. And they are employed. And people's penetration is very important to that area. So he has always a vision about it. People used to say that squandering 3,000 crore rupees for a statue uh, is means of no use. But those who can read between the lines can definitely say that it has done a lot of contribution to the Gujarat's society. Second is this what I told you, Ran of Kutch, Ranotsav. Third is one entire city has been incepted by Narendra Modi while he was in the second term of his chief ministership in Gujarat 2007. He envisaged one area with 920 square kilometer of area, earmarked it as a new special economic region that is called Dholera SIR. It is just 70 kilometers away from Ahmedabad towards Bhavnagar. And you know, the region the region is the same where the Lothal civilization used to flourish.
Exist in.
Yes, in those times. So that city was existed even before of Ahmedabad, Karnavati, and today it is a barren land. So now 920 square kilometer area has been earmarked. The city is coming up. Around 25 square kilometer area is ready with all international facilities. And the semiconductor now has been declared as a semiconductor city of India. And Dholera is a brand new city. It is a greenfield city which is coming up in Gujarat. So the ideas are means like greenfield ideas. They are from the scratches, but it will benefit for the long time. It will halve the pressure on Surat, Vadodara, Ahmedabad, and Rajkot like big cities, since it is an industrial city and green city, greenfield green city, where no polluting industry will come, and it will be one replacement or the new destination for people who are coming to Gujarat or who want to stay away from the ghettoism, from the busy life of a metro city. So, like this, many projects has been envisaged by Narendra Modi and executed, and this will have a landmark on the future of Bharat and Gujarat.
Finally, the one question that all of our viewers are looking forward to is there has been some new revelations from the Godhra incident that we promised them that we will share. So talk to us a little bit about things that are still, kept under wraps that you are aware of that I think the people should know. Over to you.
Sriji, at the time of 2002 Godhra incident, when the entire Sabarmati train carrying car sevaks from Ayodhya was charred, the 58 people were burned inside that S6 coach at Godhra station. People already know about Godhra. It is mini Pakistan being called. So, and the mentality of or strategy of this population is they come around in and around the railway stations, the bus stations, where they find ways to escape and they can choke people. So that happened on that fateful day in February 2002, 27 February. They burned 58 people live inside the train. I was in Surat that time, and when this news broke around 10:30 in the morning, 10:30 or 11, and the city was declared closed, means shops were closing, our offices also closing, and we were talking that this thing has happened. They have dared to do this, and we must support these RSS and BHP peoples. We friends were talking about this, and from the very next day, Gujarat engulfed into riots. Wherever the things where Muslims were in dominance, they dominated. Where Hindus were in domination, they did it. And as I spoke earlier, in Hindus, that burning anger was inside there. It has come to the fore. And see, around 1054 or 44 people died in those riots, and around 25% of that was Hindus. So the proportion was around the majority and minority. Substantially, if you say that it was a massacre of Muslims, then how come 250 people from Hindu community died? And it was nothing that somebody has the system has supported me. I have gone to my brother's house. It was just on the borderlines of Muslims areas of Surat, and there they were ready with their thali and belan, and whenever the mob comes from there and they start banging them, and people get alerted. So it was there where they were in majority, they were attacking. That I have already seen. And of course, where Hindus were in dominance, they did. It was a natural thing, retaliation of what happened at Godhra. And it has been uh, labeled as a massacre, a Muslim massacre, a Hindus' dominance over Muslims. If you see, Sriji, Narendra Modi's Wikipedia, just go through it, please. It has been written there that he was responsible for the massacres of genocide of Muslims. It has been written as on date. I have sent it to some BJP person that what is this? You can get it corrected. But it is written absurd. Though that person has been acquitted from the top court of this country, there was no inquiry pending against him. Still, the things are there. And they are referring that this this Muslim genocide was occurred during his CNC. Now, what happened of late? One day in last 2022, when the Godhra incident was 20th anniversary of Godhra incident in the February, I was thinking that see now the Ram Mandir is going to be built, and in 1 or 2 years there will be inauguration of that mandir, grand Bhavya Mandir. Where are those 58? So I started googling their name. See, for your surprise, I could not find a single name on the internet. I was ashamed that if you type Godhra riots 2002, Bilkis Bano rape, Best Bakery massacre, then Ahsan Jafri, MP, ex-MP, was slain, Naroda Patia Kand, Maya Pudnani, the butcher, Babu Bajrangi, all these statements. But no mention of those forgotten 58. Now, Sri, can you assume a person of age of 30 as today, if he is not aware of current affairs, if he rely upon Google, he Googles about 2002 Godhra massacre, Gujarat riots. For his surprise, he will find only that Hindus massacred Muslims in 2003 in mass numbers, and Narendra Modi was behind it. No mention of Godhra train burning. So he will have a sorry figure in front of some Muslim friend or some secular friend that Hindus did this. So I thought it is a question of shame for us. मैंने उसी समय तय किया कि भाई इन लोगों के नाम इंटरनेट पे होने चाहिए. If next generation they Google, they should find the names on internet.
Avashya.
Then I went to people's, I searched their name, but I could only get 44's name, which are now on internet, and it was published on 19th of February 2022 on First Post. And then I distributed it to others also. I said that you create some content so that people get to find their names. I also suggested that these people, including those 92 Babri Masjid, means those who sacrificed their life, including the Kothari brothers, their names should be there in Ayodhya at some campus with these 58 of Godhra. I suggested that, and I also suggested that one monument must come up at Godhra where the train was burned. because I have seen some of my friends has visited Israel yesterday or day before yesterday. Some journalists visited there. They shared videos. They have put the photographs of those captured by Hamas in the corridor of airport and written a caption that bring them back. See, this is the way you can always have one feeling on your in your citizens that this has been done to you wrongfully. So Godhra or anything, Gujarat, Godhra, or anything happened in this country or Babri, that goes back to 1947. Had that separation or dividation which has happened in the name of Islam been fairly, then today these questions could not have arrived. Hindus were always cheated since in 1947 also we could not get fair amount of our fortune. जब देश को आपने 3 टुकड़ों में डिवाइड किया तो वो ठीक से होना था, फिर हमारे साथ ये इफ्स बट्स क्यों? आज इजराइल को आप देखिए, उनकी लैंग्वेज नहीं थी, कुछ नहीं था. दे गैदर्ड and they started their language Hebrew again, which was almost vanished, and now their national language is Hebrew, and they have monuments, they have sangrahalayas for that. So that way the Satru Bodh must be in your inside your heart always. Right or wrong must be told to your citizens. Had the history been written on fair ground, आज मुसलमान जितना कट्टर भारत में है वो नहीं होता. अगर उसे बताया गया होता कि बाबर एक इंट्रूडर था, एक वो लुटेरा था, बलात्कारी था, रेपिस्ट था, मोहम्मद गजनी बलात्कारी था, औरंगजेब बलात्कारी था, मंदिरों को तोड़ने वाला था, अगर मुसलमानों को ये सही इतिहास पढ़ाया गया होता तो आज उनके मन में उनके प्रति घृणा होती, वो एक बलात्कारी की तरह उसको ट्रीट करते ना. तो व्हाट वी डिड, हमने अपनी पूरी पॉपुलेशन के साथ, हिंदू पॉपुलेशन के साथ में ये एक अनफेयर पूरा काम
अन्याय किया है. Correct.
अन्याय किया. तो दिस ऑलवेज बी द केस. And Godhra, that should be earmarked as a trigger point of history, and it has a significant contribution because साहबानो केस के बाद में जो भारत में राम मंदिर के लिए जो एक ज्वाल उबड़ा था वो साहबानो केस के बाद ही हुआ था, बिकॉज लोगों ने ये समझ लिया, हिंदू ने, कि अभी ये तुष्टीकरण की पराकाष्ठा हो चुकी है, एंड उसको अगर जवाब देना है आपको तो अभी हमको छीन के लेना होगा, क्योंकि हम इस सिस्टम पर बिलीव नहीं कर सकते. नहीं तो हिंदू एक हिंदू का नॉर्मल नेचर होता है कि वो कॉम्प्रोमाइज कर लेता है और वो इंतजार भी करता है अपनी बारी आने का. ठीक है, आप करोगे. कोर्ट में 400-500 सालों तक हम उनसे भीख मांगते रहे, कोर्ट में लड़ते रहे, नथिंग हैज हैपेंड. देन हैपेंड 92, वापस ले लिया. उसके बाद भी मंदिर बनाने के लिए हमने इतने वर्षों इंतजार किया है. तो हिंदू को हमेशा पेशेंस टेस्ट किया है, और हिंदू ने ये जो एक भीरू वृत्ति, एक हमने क्या किया कि अहिंसा के नाम पे हमने एक भीरू वृत्ति को अपने अंदर घर तो कर लिया. श्री जी, इफ यू एग्री और नॉट आई डोंट नो, बट वी बिकम कोवर्ड इन द नेम ऑफ अहिंसा. हमने
आप सच कह रहे हैं, आप सच कह रहे हैं, आप सच कह रहे हैं. क्षत्रियता बहुत कम हो गई है हमें.
हमने उसको अपने छात्रत्व को उस डरपोक पने में जो कन्वर्ट हुआ, उसको हमने एक अहिंसा का चोला उड़ा दिया कि नहीं हम ऐसे नहीं है. फैक्ट ये है कि हम डरने लगे हैं, हमारे अंदर का छात्रत्व खत्म होता जा रहा है. हम लोग अभी एक्युमुलेशन ऑफ वेल्थ की तरफ ही पड़े हुए हैं. हमने अपने धर्म को, अपनी संस्कृति को, अपने देश को, अपने राष्ट्र को, अपने समाज को बचाने के लिए प्रयत्न बंद कर दिए हैं. अगर बगल के घर में कहीं पर कोई दंगा हो रहा है तो हम उसको बाहर निकल के उसके साथ जाने के लिए नहीं करते हैं. ये उसका ही कारण है. आज इस देश में जो कांग्रेस, जो सबसे बड़ी पार्टी, जो क्लेम करती है कि हमने देश को आजाद कराया, कोई भरोसा करेगा? आज नई जनरेशन भरोसा करेगी कि इन लोगों ने आजाद कराया इस देश को? वो राम के मंदिर में जाने से शर्मा रहे हैं. और वो जाएंगे कैसे? वो जाएंगे कैसे? वो जाएंगे भी नहीं. मुझे लगता है उनको जाना भी नहीं चाहिए. कम से कम उनको जो मुस्लिम वोट मिलते हैं अभी, वो भी मिलना बंद हो जाएंगे अगर वो जाएंगे तो. And they are exposed somehow.
करेक्ट करेक्ट करेक्ट। बहुत धन्यवाद गोपाल जी। और हमारे दर्शक थोड़े आपके साथ प्रश्न पूछने चाह रहे हैं, सो इफ यू
जी
डोंट माइंड, 2-3 क्वेश्चंस हैं हमारे पास। लेट्स टेक सम
प्लीज।
क्वेश्चंस नाउ प्लीज। थैंक यू सुपरमैन क्रिप्टोनाइट फॉर बिकमिंग अ यूट्यूब मेंबर। नेक्स्ट, how is the real estate? DM wants to know, how is the real estate in Ahmedabad considering huge public infrastructure push, both residential and commercial? Will it attract talent and overtake Mumbai as finance capital?
What is his name?
DM सिर्फ इनिशियल्स पर
डीएम
चल
सर,
रहे हैं।
डीएम सर ऐसा है, इफ यू आर इन गुजरात, यू मस्ट बी अवेयर कि वहां पे क्या क्या हो रहा है. दिस वाइब्रेंट गुजरात वाज अमेजिंग. इट वाज ऑफ नेक्स्ट लेवल. मोदी जी के टाइम पे भी इतना बड़ा ग्रांड नहीं हुआ था जब वो सीएम थे. और द काइंड ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट अहमदाबाद इज अट्रैक्टिंग. सी, एक सिंपल चीज, दुनिया का बीच में दूसरे नंबर पर पहुंच गया था जो व्यक्ति, अदानी. ही इज हेडक्वार्टर्ड आउट ऑफ अहमदाबाद. Ambanis are making their residences in Jamnagar refinery, and lot of corporate is shifting to GIFT City. आज गिफ्ट सिटी में आप देखिए जो 5 साल पहले था और आज क्या है, वो एकदम अलग लेवल पे जा चुका है. And this Dholera SIR just 70 kilometer away from the, and this connecting expressway is 80% completed. So real estate boom is imminent in Ahmedabad area. Ahmedabad region is going to happen. It is next commercial capital of Bharat.
Thank you so much, Ji. And I just wanted to, there are a couple more questions. Thank you. Can you go back to the other one, message from Jaya Ji about Sengol? Jaya Ji, I'm glad that you figured it out. I know you had some difficulties. It took a little longer. I don't know why it took long for you. I had shipped it about a month ago. So I don't know why it took so long to go from one small city in US to another city. But I'm glad you got your Sengols. Next question, please. Partha wants to know, how do you see Dwarka and possibility of Bhartiya seeing it in person?
Actually, I can signal your concerns. The vicinity is being freed from the mlechas. A lot of work has happened. Abhi dependency on, see, earlier if you go to Bet Dwarika, you have to go by boat, and the boats were all owned by mlechas. So the bridge now being constructed is almost on the verge of completion, and that will free it from this also. And Dwarka is Dwarka. If you go there, you will feel it. It has been beautified. Now Dwarka corridor is just coming up. I'm giving you a clue. It is not in the public domain as of, but Dwarka corridor is going to be announced within month or so. It will be the next big thing.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Next question,
one more thing I wish to add. Like Pavagadh, the Ambaji Mandir in the Palanpur district, it has the corridor is being constructed at the cost of 12,000 crore.
Wow.
18,000 crore. And the Lothal Museum, the Lothal Marine Museum is coming up at Lothal, Dholera, with the cost of 12,000 crore rupees. Gujarat Tourism is the nodal agency for it, and the work is already started.
Wonderful, wonderful. Next question, please. Mangad Ranga wants to know, Jai Shri Ram, why is it that Sanatanis are still at the receiving end? What more needs to be done to correct image on internet space?
Please create more content, sir. Create content on internet, start writing, start speaking, record it and dump it into the internet. And start speaking. Come out of the fear sphere that क्या होगा. People used to say, यार मैं आना तो चाहता हूँ लेकिन मेरे को डर लगता है. अरे किस बात का डर लगता है? तुम ये हिंदू राष्ट्र में अगर तुम्हें डर लगता है, then वो लोग fearlessly घूम रहे हैं.
Yes, yes.
और हमको डर लगता है कुछ भी कहने में. जो भी कहना है, जो सच्चाई है उसको कहने में डरिए मत. अरे गर्दन कटेंगी. कटने से क्यों डरते हो? आप आगे तो बढ़ के देखिए, कोई डराने वाला नहीं है. वो खुद डरते हैं, इसलिए पहले अटैक करते हैं.
नहीं नहीं, ये इसका वापसी, इसका ईंट का जवाब पत्थर से मिलेगा। ये इतना आसान नहीं है, उनको कुछ भी करने नहीं कर सकते। जो द लास्ट बिग थिंग वाज दैट नूपुर शर्मा। आप तो लोग बहुत ही भड़क रहे हैं कि इस तरह की बदतमीजी मत करो, आप नहीं, नहीं करेंगे तो उसके विफल होंगे, बस
Yes,
इसका
yes.
एक परिणाम स्वरूप भी मिलेगा। आई थिंक दैट इज द टेक अवे हियर। थैंक यू सो मच गोपाल जी, wonderful job to try and keep the names of the 58 who died in a most horrible way by being burnt. And thank you so much that the nation owes you for taking the diligence to keep these names in the limelight to make sure we remember. And also, viewers, look at what P. Gurus has done. Maldives was India, China, India, China. You know what the real cause in Maldives was? Terrorism. Now they are jumping around. One article in Goa Chronicle, one video in P Gurus. Look at the way these guys are jumping up and down now. This is what is the world today, and you have to be fearless. You cannot assume that somebody is going to come. Are mar to run, you are going to die one day. Die
Yes,
fighting.
yes.
So
सर,
thank you.
जो मालदीव
Yeah,
मालदीव के साथ ये जो अपना लक्षद्वीप का जो केस है ना, इट इज
yeah,
लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स अंडर कारपेट. वो ये
yes,
नहीं है जो
very
दिख
true,
रहा है ऊपर से.
very true, very true, very
I,
true.
I think 2 years back, when 3 years back, Praful Patel was interested as administrator of Lakshadweep. That time, the worldwide resistance has come up, if you remember.
Yes, yes.
Save Lakshadweep, and it was propagated across the world. And they have written his full name. Till that, then I was also not aware of his middle name, Praful Khoda Patel. This was a word used, Praful K. Patel, Praful Khoda Patel. They unearthed the name from somewhere. To means the way they portrayed it was a derogatory thing. Praful Khoda Patel is the administrator, and he has been doing this and that just because he was home minister after Amit Shah. And what he did to Maldives, I know it personally because I follow him with other places also. He's administrator of the Dadra Nagar Haveli and the Daman also. So he is a go-getter, and he did what he wished. Maldives, Mauritius is today because of him only.
Thank you so much, sir. And we'll be back again with Gopal Goswami ji. Thank you so much for your revelations. And Jai Sri
Thanks.
Ram. And we'll be back again soon. Please like, share,
Thanks for
and
having me,
subscribe to
sir.
our channel. Thank you. Thank you.